Well, here we are again.
Drawing a blank.
Are we going? Okay. Sorry. Again, thought I was still muted. But here we are again. Round number 3, PRI. Another Hoosier Hero driver. Kylie Glick, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you guys for having me on.
Having a fun week so far?
Oh my gosh. It's just the second day and I'm having such a blast.
Yeah, this deal's pretty neat, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. I definitely recommend it to anybody who is listening or watching.
Yep. So Kylie is a pavement super late model racer from California. So tell us a little bit more about your super late model racing career and how you got going in that.
So I actually do run pros, so a little bit step down just because of my age, because I'm only a 14-year-old. So I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and it's been a blast. I race with the Nate Clower Motorsports team, and they've been helping me out. This past year, we were able to grab a championship at my home track and grab a third in the pro points. So,
what track's your home track?
So All American Speedway in Sacramento, California.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the 4th generation of Glicks to race there, and I'm proud to be the 4th one and bring home a championship to my family. So
awesome.
We did pretty good in that, and then we brought home 3rd in the pro points because we were only able to start like midway through the season due to my age. They weren't going to let me race
That's
at
terrible.
13.
Yeah,
I know. It's pretty annoying. So, but I'm glad that we're racing the pros now, and we won't be racing no more juniors. We're ready to head up to the pros and race against the big boys.
Well, so tell our listeners and watchers about your car so they can kind of understand what a super late model is on the pavement. Tell them a little about it.
So my race car has a 602 crate motor, and it's a manual. So because a lot of people don't believe me that I'm able to shift and everything.
Oh, yeah, I believe that too.
Yep.
Did you know how to drive a manual before you got into the late model?
So I did grow up around cars and everything, but I never shifted or anything personally. So we did test out. We grabbed my aunt's truck, her normal street car, and we practiced a little bit up on hills and everything. So I got used to it. So I was pretty good and comfortable with it once I got into the late model. So that was definitely a big help. So
there you go.
So 604 crate. So that's
602.
Did I say 60? I got that all jacked up, don't I? So how fast will you go? Our listeners would kind of like to know how fast we go around the track and that sort of stuff too.
Yeah, definitely. So I race on short track. So right now the biggest track that I have been to is a half mile. And so
that's still a pretty good size track.
That is a pretty good. I'm not complaining with that. So my car can go about like 110, 120, but we don't necessarily do that fast on a short track just because of like the length of the straightaways.
Yep.
I would say probably like 90, 95, I guess, on the bigger tracks. So I'm not complaining. It's a race car. I love adrenaline-filled sports. So anything that I can get behind the wheel of, I will. You'll see me there.
All right. Awesome. Well, good. So now you're jumping up to the pros for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So how many races and where will you race and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, next year we are planning on racing the Cars Tour West Series and some All-American home track races because that track is supposed to be doing some really good car counts next year. So I'm excited to see that grow next year. I'm really happy. So, yeah.
Fantastic. So when you say good car counts, like how many, so our listener can understand, how many cars will you race against?
Well, we're hoping for like 15 on some slower nights, maybe consistently 15, maybe 20 to 15. It's supposed to be pretty good with the points next year. So I'm excited to see that. And hopefully we'll make it back to the East Coast because that'll be very exciting. I haven't raced there yet. But now that I'm 14, I can. So
now you
very excited.
You got a young career ahead of you. Is this something you want to just continue to do full time and see how it goes? Or is that your goal? And what kind of goals do you have for yourself?
Oh, definitely. I think short term, I would like to be running very consistently in the top 3 podium finishes for Cars Tour, be up there and hopefully get a championship or at least like some podium stuff in points. And then long term, definitely the Cup Series or anything in the NASCAR worlds. I would be very grateful for that. I mean, I love the adrenaline-filled type sports. So anything I could get behind the wheel of, I would love to be behind, and I love all the adrenaline filled stuff. So whatever car.
I definitely going to the Cars Tour is probably a great move because I think that's kind of where it's at right now in the world of pavement racing. And what they've done with that series has been great, and it's exciting to watch. And I know I watch it on Flow a lot, and So hopefully we'll get to watch you on there and see you come up through the ranks.
Oh my goodness, yes, thank you. And yes, the Cars Tour West Series is going to be this past year was their first year doing it on the West Coast, and Kevin Harvick and Tim Huddleston have been putting in so much work to expand that program and everything to make it more like the East Coast. So very excited to be part of the growth of it and the first ever days of it, I guess you could say. And hopefully we'll run some East Coast races with the big guys next year.
There you go. So as you move forward up through the ranks, what's next after the Cars Tour or the Super Late Model? What's the next car?
Yeah, definitely. My team, I'm fortunate enough that they offer the ARCA Menards West Coast team and everything.
Yep.
So they have a bunch of ARCA drivers and stuff on my team. So I'm able to see all that and what behind the scenes of it at the shop, because I love going to the shop down there and learning all about it. So hopefully we'll run some ARCA stuff once I'm old enough, maybe like 17. I know you can get into it at 15, but I want to be very competitive in the Cars Tour Series and be up there. And so that way I'm very good in the ARCA as well.
Yes, get yourself very good before you jump to make the next step.
No
and that
reason
sort of
to
thing.
going too fast.
As young as
Yeah.
you are, to get enough experience and enough seat time, as we call it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Seat
for
time
sure.
is key. It's the biggest thing we're working on right now.
Awesome.
Yep. So how many races do you think you'll do in 25? Does your school affect you much at all with racing, or?
Yeah, so this year we were fortunate enough to switch to homeschooled for my freshman year of high school, so that way I have a lot more time for racing and my busy schedule and stuff. So a lot of people are like, well, you're going to miss out on all the the dances and the people and the football games and everything. But I look at it as like, well, a lot of normal teams don't get this racing experience, get to go to PRI for a whole week and all those really cool experiences. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that and make the best out of it and hopefully go far with it, because, you know, a lot of people don't get this as their normal day. And I'm very grateful.
Don't feel too bad. I missed my senior prom to go race. So.
Oh my goodness, that would be me. I definitely would do that.
Well, I'm going to tell you too, they want to say you're going to miss out on those things, where they're missing out on a lot of other stuff too. And racing, high school, sports, all that kind of stuff, it's all a relationship business.
Yeah.
And as you build your name and build your talent and build everything else like that from that part, I mean, how many people turn into be a pro football player? How many people turn into be an NBA basketball player coming out of high school, whatever too? Coming out of my high school, there's guys that had dreams about that. No one ever made it. So you got yourself in a good position, I think, being 14.
Yeah.
I would have never known you was that young. So growing up through this sport, and you got to just take it all in, have fun. But I always tell all my employees and everybody, if it was easy, everybody could do it.
Exactly. Yeah. I definitely live by that. And I'm very grateful. I mean, my goal is to come off as humble and everything. And I feel like that's the main thing. I don't want to be so cocky and up in the world. And so
who all do you have to thank? Who are your sponsors? Who goes with you to the racetrack?
Yeah, so I would like to thank especially Caliber Collision, Area 51 Podcast, Palmer Signs, Driven Sunglasses. They're big help, and so, but any partnerships would help. I mean, we're definitely looking for help to get to the track this year. I mean, racing some Cars Tour races and everything in the East Coast. It's definitely an expensive sport, but I love all my partners and helps. I mean, we don't really like to call them sponsors because we like to do things for them too, and they help us. So
it's got to be a partnership.
Yes.
I call it
Two-way
partnerships.
Yes, exactly.
So how do people follow you? How do people watch you? All that kind of good. So I'm sure I can see you got another camera on us. So I'm sure that's your mom, right?
Yes, definitely.
Following you and keeping on track. How do people follow you?
Yeah, on Kylie Glick Racing on any social platform, from Snapchat to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, literally any social platform we're most likely on. So you can find us just at Kylie Glick Racing, and even my website to get all my merch. And
what's the website again?
Kylie Glick Racing.
Kylie Glick Racing. All right, so got all kinds of fun there too. So
yeah,
again, it's got to be an honor to be one of the Hoosier drivers for 2025.
Yes, I'm speechless. I mean, it's such an amazing program. I did not expect it at all, but I'm very happy and fortunate that it did happen.
Yeah, very true. This is our second year to do the interviews and stuff, and it's fun to sit down with these elite drivers that have been nominated for this to talk about it, hear their stories, hear their stuff, but also just to follow you and watch you from the going on and that sort of thing too. So it'll be interesting to watch you on TV or watch you on Flow or whatever too when you're racing. So Nick, what else, buddy?
You know, I think that's about it. We really appreciate you coming on with us today.
Well, no, thank you guys. This has been amazing. This is such a really cool setup, and I'm glad to be on with you guys.
So we know you're going to be a superstar.
Yes. So congratulations again.
Thank
Have fun
you.
in 2025, and make sure you take all it in all the time. Because can I trust me? time flies.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
Trust
I bet.
me.
Yeah.
I wish I could back up and be 14 again and know what I know today
Yep.
and move forward with that. So take it all in all you can, enjoy it all you can. And I'd like to say a few more things about how to go race, but I can't on the air. So go win some
Okay.
races, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it.
And
I
we'll
will.
watch you and cheer you on,
Yep.
Will
especially
do.
being a Hoosier.
Come see us in a year.
I will. Thank you. Yes.
Thanks
you.
again. Have a great
Thank
time.
you guys.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in, and we will be live. What's next, Nick? About another hour?
Another hour, yep.
Get our next Hoosier Hero driver for 2025. And again, congratulations on being the driver.
Thank you guys. I appreciate
You
it.
bet.
Thanks.